Který je tvůj?
Which one is yours? Which one is yours?
Kterou cestou bychom měli jít?
Which way should we go? Which way should we go?
Která kniha je nejlepší?
Which book is best? Which book is best?
Který je tvůj?
Which one is yours?
Kterou cestou bychom měli jít?
Which way should we go?
Která kniha je nejlepší?
Which book is best?
Který hrnek je prázdný?
Which cup is empty? Which cup is empty?
Která cesta vede tam?
Which road leads there? Which road leads there?
Který film si vybral?
Which movie did you choose? Which movie did you choose?
Který hrnek je prázdný?
Which cup is empty?
Která cesta vede tam?
Which road leads there?
Který film si vybral?
Which movie did you choose?
Jakou barvu máš rád?
Which color do you like? Which color do you like?
Které sedadlo je volné?
Which seat is free? Which seat is free?
Který telefon zvoní?
Which phone is ringing? Which phone is ringing?
Jakou barvu máš rád?
Which color do you like?
Které sedadlo je volné?
Which seat is free?
Který telefon zvoní?
Which phone is ringing?
Která trasa je rychlejší?
Which route is faster? Which route is faster?
Která stanice je další?
Which station comes next? Which station comes next?
Které klíče chybí?
Which keys are missing? Which keys are missing?
Která trasa je rychlejší?
Which route is faster?
Která stanice je další?
Which station comes next?
Které klíče chybí?
Which keys are missing?
Která píseň se přehrává?
Which song is playing? Which song is playing?
Který hotel je levnější?
Which hotel is cheaper? Which hotel is cheaper?
Které pravidlo platí zde?
Which rule applies here? Which rule applies here?
Která píseň se přehrává?
Which song is playing?
Který hotel je levnější?
Which hotel is cheaper?
Které pravidlo platí zde?
Which rule applies here?
Která strana je správná?
Which side is correct? Which side is correct?
Který nápad se zdá lepší?
Which idea seems better? Which idea seems better?
Který úkol je priorita?
Which task is priority? Which task is priority?
Která strana je správná?
Which side is correct?
Který nápad se zdá lepší?
Which idea seems better?
Který úkol je priorita?
Which task is priority?
Které auto si koupil?
Which car did you buy? Which car did you buy?
Který obchod je otevřený?
Which store is open? Which store is open?
Které auto si koupil?
Which car did you buy?
Který obchod je otevřený?
Which store is open?